We are with Jay Shafer and talking about the tiny house community a little bit. And yeah, if you want to tell us how you got started in the whole tiny houses.
Yeah, well, every time somebody asks me why or how I got started, I have a different answer, and every one of them is true.
Yeah.
It's like, well, financially it makes sense, less space.
So when did you build your first house?
I built my first house back in, I finished it in 2000, a nice even number.
Okay, yeah.
Or was it 1999? I don't know what I've been telling people, but
around there.
Right there.
Yeah.
And I moved in, and immediately it started getting some attention because I guess it's an idea that whose time had come in the United States.
Yeah.
All we had were big houses.
People were ready for it in some way.
Yeah, the tide had to turn because it was all you could find in terms of new housing was big housing.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, how small was the smallest one? You made one that had like a tin siding.
Oh yeah,
tiny one.
that's almost the tiniest one. That's the one I built for myself and my ex-fiance when we moved to California from Iowa.
Yeah.
Because I was afraid we might live on the street because of the prices here.
Yeah. Okay.
And I wanted something I could parallel park by hand in little parking spots. My fear of expensive land disappeared because people started offering me land for free.
Okay, so it wasn't the problem to get anywhere to park it.
Apparently a cute little house gets a spot.
Yeah, okay.
I think.
Yeah. I guess that's why they wanted people to build it. Like, your house has got a lot of attention, and probably not only the idea, but a lot of the idea, but also the cuteness of them. Yeah, they're very, and with the porches and everything, it's just very like.
Thanks. I was really striving for something that was very house-like.
Yeah.
Because RVs have been around forever. This isn't really new.
Exactly.
It's just a way of introducing people to a new way of looking at it.
Yeah.
You could live in a very small space. You can be on vacation permanently instead of just going off in your RV for a weekend.
And it's better for the environment because of the insulation instead of RVs.
Oh yeah, the recreational vehicle is the term behind RV.
Yeah.
And this is more like HV, habitable vehicles. That's probably the only real difference.
Yeah. So, but you moved away in the design point of view. You moved over to what you're doing now, and you say it's more the craftsman style, chunky.
Yeah, I can't even keep up with my own style because I think that's the last thing I told the public, and now I'm going back to a more streamlined thing again.
Okay. More modern?
It's always the same house, redesigned.
Yeah.
And always refining it.
Exactly.
And it is a little bit more modern, a little bit more like post-modern, I guess. Pomo, as they say in art school.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
When are you planning to have those plans up?
Well,
I've
been planning to have them up for about 3 months. And now it's more like 3 days. So hopefully by the time this comes out.
Yeah. In 2015.
Yes, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
I think that's
at some point.
Yeah.
I was wondering about what I always found interesting was your tiny houses. You always design them. It's like it's a separate house, but even you have intentionally the small porch out in front. So it's more like bringing people outside, and I think the point has been made a few times too about you enjoy the outside more when you have a tiny house because you don't spend that much time inside. It motivates you to be outside.
Yeah.
And when you're not even just outside, but I'm sure it connects you to like weather and stuff and the sun and nature, but also connecting you to other people because you put yourself out there, even if it's just a front porch. How have you found that? Have you experienced that in some way?
Oh yeah, I was surprised. The main benefit from living small has been freedom.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, it's liberating to live in a small space because now I can spend my life doing what I love instead of paying.
Yeah.
And part of that, I used to go outside all the time. I used to spend a lot of time outside, even in the middle of winter in Iowa.
Yeah.
So I thought, why not just have a tiny house?
Yeah.
Oddly enough, in my case, once I built my tiny house, I started spending more time inside.
Because you actually like being there, maybe.
Yeah, oddly enough. But But yeah, if you think of your living room as being the world instead of just your living room, then it's definitely liberating because you don't have to have everything in your universe put into a house.
Exactly. And can you tell us about what you're talking about? You're planning right now and trying to like have this bigger like, I don't remember, you call it many things, the Napoleon complex and whatever, like
co-housing,
anti-social. Exactly, yeah. So where are you with that? Is that you're still
it's progressing nicely despite my lack of work on it lately.
Okay.
I've been so busy trying to get everything going.
Yeah.
But in my absence, everybody else is pushing so hard for it that it seems the city and the county are all on board pushing for it.
That's really
And
nice.
those things were the things I was most worried about.
Yeah.
But I guess I've done the legwork to make it attractive.
And it's been legwork for 10 years.
Yeah, 15? 14.
14 years, exactly,
Yeah, so apparently the hard part is probably convincing people that a trailer park is a good idea.
Do you think it would be hard to find people to actually move into the park? Or not, because it seems there are a lot of people interested in that kind of stuff, and even just sharing and being physically closer to someone else who has the same mindset or interest or greater goal in life or something, that the community part around that is really strong. So
yeah, I can't see it as being a problem at all. I think the problem may be telling which friends of mine that they can't live there because it's already full. Yeah. Or I'm already thinking about the second and third and fourth village.
Yeah, but it's good that there's a lot of people that want it.
Yeah.
And that's, I suppose that makes it easier to convince like the county and everyone who's like the official people who have to like make it happen, that a lot of people want this.
Yeah, that goes a long way, I think, when the people speak. Yeah. Sometimes the leaders follow. Yeah. And that's happening.
Exactly. It's perfect. Like everything Scandinavian and Scandinavian design is very much like what your core is, getting to the point. It's very much, and it has been for a lot of years, cutting away all of like, so you can see the bones and you can really appreciate, and even how it goes with nature. And I think that's how the simplistic modern, Scandinavian design in tiny houses, that might be an idea.
Well, these houses are really popular in places that inspired me, like Japan, Scandinavia, where design is all about subtractive, getting down to the essence rather than this, let's see how much more we can add on.
Exactly.
And so it's certainly not a new idea. I mean, I'm often credited as the guy who built the first tiny house or designed it, but that's not true. It's just that
you're one of the
States,
first guys who got it on a trailer and on YouTube.
Yeah, I was the first probably to say, this is cool, what are people talking about?
Yeah, and even just to get the conversation started. Yeah. Because I remember hearing about it in 2010, and it was like my heart sunk. It was like, in a good way. I finally had something that I could connect with that was not telling me to do what everyone else was telling me to do, which I didn't want to do, but I didn't necessarily know what the alternative was. I'm always sitting and drawing on a little sketch pad, like always trying to, I would give Morten draw me like a random shape, and then give me it has to house.
Give me a challenge.
Yeah, give me a challenge.
Right, because limits are good.
Yeah, exactly. It has to fit like a single mom with 3 kids, and she has to be able to work there part-time or something. Because the challenge in that, I was always like, everyone can design a big house. It's too easy. You have to really get into the smart design.
Yeah.
I think that's really attractive about
That's why I think I got a C in my high school architecture class. Didn't do well because I wasn't posed with any limits. Yeah. So it's just like, well, this is the way housing is supposed to be. I'll just
exactly.
I came up with crap.
Yeah, you can't do anything with that.
So apparently the limits really do own the craft.
Exactly. I think so. Do you have anything more that you want to communicate?
Oh, no. You know, I could probably sum all of this up with just to say that tiny houses are more efficient. The end.
Yeah. Exactly.
But instead, I can go on for years elaborating on that, and there's so many variations within that it's fun to do.
Okay, I have one quick question. What do you think you'll be doing in 10 years from now?
Hopefully, well, at least now I hope that I'll be living in the tiny house village of my dreams, next to my ideal neighbors, living with similar values around simplicity, but varied otherwise, and with my little family. You know, that's about as far as I get. I haven't planned much further than that at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'll be really rich, because everybody will recognize how brilliant my designs are, and I'll make lots of money.
Go to Four Lights, right?
Yes, fourlightshouses.com.
Go to fourlightshouses.com and buy all of Jay's plants.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for sitting down with us and taking time.
It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure. Bye.